Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1273 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for December 13th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1273. I'm gonna start with the word until. Okay, all the 5 letters are grey, so let's guess a completely different word. Let's try score. Got the O, R, and E yellow, so these 3 letters go somewhere else in this word. It could be a double consonant involving R, but because of how the vowels are not third and fifth, I am leaning towards into thinking that it's something O something ER. I'm thinking about this pattern. Let's try power. Okay, it is something O, something ER. Now, there are still so many letters available. Um, you've got mover, um, joker, boxer. And hover. So I want to use the V because there are at least 2 words that are possible to involve a V. Mover or hover. Um, hmm. Like I want to use. I want to guess a word with 3 unguessed letters. I'm not sure if I can do that or not. Like, is this a word? No. Vague. Hmm. You know what? Let's just try hover first. Okay, H and V are not in this word. See, this is the problem that I'm trying to show you. Hmm. It could be Joker, it could be foyer, it could be boxer. Why didn't I just use the elimination strategy? I'm not sure if it would have helped anyway. Um, so we've got foyer, boxer, and Joker. So how do I do this? Is backy? Oh, backy is a word. Okay, so it's B or something ER. It could be just boxer, which is what I'm gonna guess. Alright, finally got that. Got today's Wordle answer boxer in 6 tries. So this indeed was a word that I considered, but there are just so many options that are possible to be the Wordle answer. Hover, mover, joker, foyer, and boxer right here. So actually so many options. So that's why you really have to use the elimination strategy before it's too late, you know? if you have two guesses left, and you still have if you yeah, two guesses left, but still a lot of uh possible words, then it's kind of too late. It's not guaranteed, or it's become a low chance that you'll successfully guess the Wordle answer. So yeah, use the elimination strategy when you feel like it. No need to hesitate. Um, yeah, it's a good way to reduce the amount of uh possibilities remaining. So yeah. Um, yeah, Elias got today's Wordle answer Boxer in 6 tries. I'll take that because, of course, B and X are X is definitely not commonly used. It's rarely used, and B is also not a commonly used letter, so it's reasonable to take more tries or take longer to solve the answer. But luckily, I did not fail and got it on the last try. So yeah, this is Wordle number 1273. Got today's Wordle answer Boxer in 6 tries. After I'm done with this, let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today's December 13th, 2024. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Alright, these sevens point down, and these sevens force the digit 7 into one of these two cells in block 5. These sixes force the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 2. These 2s point down, and this cell sees another 2. These 4s point right. These 9s point up to force the digit 9 into this cell in block 1, and then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these two cells in block 2. This 9 points down, and this 9 points right. So in block 9, the digit 9 is forced into row 9, and then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these two cells in block 8. These 9s point right, and this cell sees another 9. Okay, so these two cells form a 6-9 pair. As you can see in block 2, the digits 6 and 9 are missing, and these 6 and 9s force both 6 and 9 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 6 and 9 into block 2, I have to make these two cells reserved for 6 and 9, because both of these two digits can only go into these two cells. So I have to make these two cells reserved for 6 and 9. So this 6-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. Now this 2 points right, and 2 cannot go into the 6-9 pair. So in block 2, the digit 2 is forced into row 2, and then these 2's point right. Okay, of course, this 6-9 pair makes the other 4 open cells contain 1, 2, 3, and 5, but if I do see any other digits involved that line up like the 2's, I will mark them down, but I'll just keep in mind for now. At the meantime, I see that these ones force the digit 1 into this cell in block 8, and these ones point up to force the digit 1 into this cell in block 3. Sorry, it should be a 1 instead of the 2. I pressed the wrong button, because 2 is next to 1, so made a mistake there, but um, this cell should contain 1 because of these ones. Okay. And this one removed one of the 2 possibilities for 2, so according to the markings, I can immediately force 2 into this cell. You can double check it by seeing that these 2's do indeed force 2 into this cell. Okay, this 6-9 pair also lines up in row 1. So this 6-9 pair makes the other 2 open cells in this row a 3-5 pair, because they are the other missing digits of row 1, but this cell sees a 5. So I can place 3 and 5 this way. These 5's point down. And in block 1, the missing digits are 1, 7, and 8. This cell sees a 7, so it's 1, 8, and these two cells are 1, 7, 8. This 3 points up to force the digit 3 into column 9 in block 3. This 3 points left to force the digit 3 into row 9 in block 8, and then these 3's points left, this cell sees another 3. So in block 7, the digit 3 is forced into this cell, and then these 3's force the digit 3 into one of these two cells in block 4. Okay, this 3 removed one of the two possibilities for 5, so according to the markings, I can immediately force 5 into this cell. You can double check it by seeing that these 5's do indeed force 5 into this cell. And then this 5 points right to force the digit 5 into row 9 in block 8, and then these 5's point right. And these two cells form a 3-5 pair. As you can see in block 8, the digits 3 and 5 are missing. And these 3 open cells up here see 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 cannot go into these 3 cells, and they can only go into these 2 cells. Both 3 and 5 can only go down into these 2 cells, so in order to fit both 3 and 5 into block 8, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 3 and 5, because once again, both of these 2 digits can only go into these 2 cells. So I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 3 and 5, so this 3-5 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells. So this 3-5 pair makes the other 3 open cells in block 8 a 6, 8, 9 triple. This cell sees 8 and 9, so 8 and 9 go into the other 2 open cells, making this cell a 6. Okay, these 8s points left. And if you're wondering, these 2 cells are indeed an 8-9 pair. So yeah, 8-9 pair. This 8-9 pair makes the other 3 open cells in this row a 2-4-7 triple. This cell sees 2, so it's 4-7. This is 2-4-7, and this cell is also 2-4-7. And in row 8, 4, 5, and 6 are the missing digits. This cell sees a 5, so it's 4, 6. This cell is 4, 6. I mean 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in column 1, the missing digits are also 6, 7, and 8. But this cell sees 7 and 8. This cell sees 7 and 8, so 7 and 8 go into the other 2 open cells, making this cell a 6. This 7-8 pair means that the other 3 open cells in block 4 contain 1, 3, and 4. So these 3 cells form a 1, 3, 4 triple. Hmm. Um, okay, give me some time to see what I'm missing. Okay, let's look at column 8. 5 is a missing digit. This cell sees 5, this cell sees 5, and this cell sees 5 from this 3-5 pair. So in column 8, the digit 5 is forced into one of these 2 cells. And because 5 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells for the column, it also affects block 6. Because 5 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells, meaning that no matter what, 5 will end up in one of these 2 cells. So this eliminates 5 from all other open cells in block 6. Um, okay, let's keep looking. Hmm. I guess we can mark down some more restricted cells in column 8. Let's think about the missing digits. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 are the missing digits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, this cell sees 3, 4, and 5. It sees 4, definitely, and it also sees 3 and 5 from the 3, 5 pair. So this cell can only contain either 2 or 7. Oh, how did I miss this 8? Okay, I'm sorry, but I could have just placed the 9 and 8 like this the whole time. This 8 was given from the very beginning, so I don't know how I missed that. Apologies, but I could have just placed the 9 and 8 this way, instead of having the pair sitting there for so long. Anyway, um, after placing the 6, 8, and 9 in block 8, this 9 points up, eliminating 9 from this cell, so I can place 6 and 9 this way to complete row 1. That was stupid of me, so sorry. Um, these 6s force the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 5. Okay, I see something. As you can see in block 6, the digits 6, 8, and 9 are missing. These 6, 8s, and 9s force these 3 digits into these 3 cells only. You can see how they line up. These 3 open cells cannot contain 6, 8, and 9 because there's already 6, 8, and 9 in column 8. And this cell also cannot contain 6 and 9 because 6, 8, and 9 because we've already got 6, 8, and 9 in row 6. So these cells cannot contain 6, 8, and 9 because they see those digits. But these 3 digits are still missing from block 6. So where do I fit all 3 digits? Well, take a closer look. 6, 8, and 9. These 3 digits can only go into these 3 cells. So in order to fit 6, 8, and 9 into block 6, I have to make these 3 cells reserved for 6, 8, and 9. I have to make them reserved for those 3 digits. And as a result, this 6, 8, this 6, 8, 9 triple eliminates all other digits from these 3 cells. Only 6, 8, and 9 can go into this triple. So now, this 2 points right, and 2 cannot go into the 6, 9 pair. What am I talking about? 6, 8, 9 triple. Sorry, alright. Stupid me. This 2 points right, and 2 cannot go into the 6, 8, 9 triple. So in block 6, the digit 2 is forced into column 8. And 2's here points down, right? I've just found out that in block 6, the digit 2 is forced into column 8. So no other open cell in this column can contain 2, because we already know that there's going to be a 2 here in this column. So no other open cells in this column can contain 2, so after eliminating 2 from these cells, I can make this a 7 and this a 4, based on the markings. I've already made deductions when I did the markings, but if you're unsure, you can also try to place other digits first, this cell now cannot contain 2, and this cell also sees 2. So in row 7, the digit 2 is forced into this cell, and okay, now here comes to column 8. I said that the missing digits are 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. This cell sees 3, 4, and 5, and it cannot contain 2, so it can only be a 7, which makes this 4 and 7 to complete row 7. 4 is eliminated from these two cells, placing 4 in this cell for row 8, and a 6-8 pair is left in block 7. Oh, but this cell sees a 6, so I can place 8 and 6 this way. 8 in this cell is eliminated. Alright, these two cells form a 2-9 pair. But this cell sees a 2, so I can place 9 and 2 this way. This cell cannot contain 9. Okay, so all of these 9s force the digit 9 into this cell in block 6. All 9s are placed. And in column 8, 2, 3, and 5 are the missing digits, which makes this cell a 4. Firstly, you can look at these 4 cells, which contain 4 digits, but we've marked down 3 digits, but there's still an empty cell, so it can only be the only remaining digits that is missing. Another way to think about this is that this 4 points up and 4 cannot go into the 6-8 pair, so 4 is forced into this cell in block 6, which makes this a 1. This 1 points up, forcing 1 into this cell, placing the 8 and 7 like this to complete block 1. This one points right to force the digit 1 into row 3 in block 2. This 8 points right to force the digit 8 into row 2 in block 3. Three and 5 are the missing digits of row 6. And there's also a 3-5 pair in column 5. As you can see, these two open cells only contain two certain digits, 3 and 5. And it works in a different way than the 6-8 pair over here. Basically, in Sudoku, we have to avoid empty cells. We cannot leave cells empty. Sudoku does not allow empty cells. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must fit one digit into every single cell. And to do so, I must keep both 3 and 5 in these two cells. Think about what happens if I exclude 3 and 5 from these two cells. Well, then at least one of these cells would end up being empty. And we don't want that. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must keep 3 and 5 in these two cells, because they are the only digits that these two cells can contain. So it's either 3, 5, or 5, 3 to avoid empty cells. So this 3-5 pair eliminates 3s and 5s from all of the open cells in this column, because 3 and 5 go into these two cells in this column. So this 3-5 pair does not allow any other 3s or 5s in the same column. So now look at block 2. 3 and 5 are still missing, but cannot go into these two cells because they are in column 5. These two cells see both of the cells involved in the 3-5 pair. So where do I fit both 3 and 5 in block 2? These two cells. In these two cells. After eliminating 3 and 5 from these two cells, the only places for 3 and 5 to go in block 2 are in the other two open cells. In order to fit both 3 and 5 into block 2, I have to make these two cells reserved for 3 and 5. So this 3-5 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells, which helps place the 1 and 2 like this. Okay, so all of these ones forced the digit 1 into this cell in block 5. The digit 7 in block 5 is forced into this cell, placing the 8 and 7 this way to complete column 1. This 8 points right, eliminating 8 from this cell, resolving this 6-8 pair by placing 6 and 8 this way. This 6 points down, completing row 8 by placing 5 and 6 this way. 8 in this cell is eliminated. So the digit 8 in block 3 is forced into this cell. This is a 3 to complete this column, which places a 4 into this cell, and this is a 5, making this cell 3 and 5 to complete the top 3 rows. More specifically, row 2 and 3, but you get what I mean. In column 6, 2 and 5 are the missing digits. This cell sees 5, so I can place 2 and 5 this way to complete this column, making this 3, 5. This is a 3 to complete this column, which makes this 5. 4 and 6 are the missing digits of column 5. And this 2 comes into play to finish off the Sudoku puzzle by placing the 3, 2, 3, 4, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete.